How the hell does this work? Microphone. Intergalactic microphoning. Alrighty. Got your notes ready?
I do have notes.
Le France. Oh. I am very disappointed because I have no notes.
I do have the retro notes. Retro notes.
Push it to the limit.
Write down what you need to say so you can read it another day. You gotta write it. Yeah.
Okay, we didn't sing that well.
Do it, baby. I couldn't hear what you said.
I was gonna say something, but then you said something else, and I was like,
I do have a tendency to say something.
You
gotta do it.
No.
Nope.
No, let's not do those jokes.
What do you mean?
And with that said, welcome back to the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert.
And on this week's episode, we're going to be talking about art block. And does it even exist?
Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were doing the rhymey thing.
No, we were not.
No? Yeah. Does it even exist?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Also, we're going to be talking about stuff.
Yeah.
Robert has seen things.
I've seen things, and you've done things.
Yeah, I've done things. You've seen things.
So you'll be talking about doing things, and I'll be talking about seeing things.
Yes.
Yeah? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So,
And
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? I am bien. And how are you?
my name is Jeff.
Mi name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
I speak Spanish.
Saw that too, actually.
Oh, you did see
that
that
the other day. Yeah.
Very nice.
That's like the best scene in the movie.
Yes,
really.
it is. It is the best.
Yeah. But it is so good.
I love that scene when they're in in the car just before the thing. Oh, gotta.
I need total silence to get into my character or whatever. Like I need total silence. I need total silence. I need total silence to get into my character. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun
scene. Yeah.
22 Jump Street. Go check it out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Underrated, also overrated. Just middle rated, I'd say.
Should have been middle rated. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even know how to sort of approach this episode really. So, yeah. Small talk.
We're recording this on a Wednesday.
Yeah, this is fucked up.
So we are both very confused. And I've also been off today, which makes it even more like a Monday.
Yeah.
And I'm also working on Sunday, so there will be no days off, kind of. It's weird
It's basically this, like, as usual, but different.
Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sketchbook Zone.
We did talk about Battinson last time.
Yes, we did.
Badam.
There's been no... Well, you've seen Diabolical.
Yeah.
Diabolical.
So we'll talk about that
Yeah.
in the retro. And I've also seen one episode of Our Flag Means Death by Taika Waititi and probably more people that I just didn't bother learning the names of. And
First episode.
First episode, yeah.
Very good. And then I have a project that I backed that is finally finished and coming out. So I will just be talking a little briefly about that before I have all the information.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have a new gig that I'm prepping for.
how much can you talk about that?
I have no idea. I think it doesn't matter
Really?
because
Nobody's listening?
No, but it's not that. It's just that it is just... I'm going to be at a live gig again, and I'm going to draw.
And it's in just a few weeks anyways?
Yeah, it's in a few weeks. No, but it's an invite-only thing.
And you're not spoiling anything, I guess, for anybody?
No.
No.
Unless everyone listens to this show.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
We said some fucked up things in the beginning when I worked at King, and nobody said anything. And we had listeners back then. So we're good.
No.
I have nothing.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Yeah, come on, energy up.
Energy.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
No. Just kidding. No, that was just actually on purpose. So
good.
I would say thank you for rating the podcast on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you listen to the show. Thank you, Max, for
Thank
you letting us use Underverkenen.
And thank you for finding it.
And actually, if you are in Sweden and you want to rent our studio with our gear,
To talk as finely as we do.
Exactly. Reach out to the Sketchbook Heroes or
Find
Underverked
somewhere.
Yes. Reach out to us. It's easier.
Super
Or
easy.
Reach out to Ilias Patlis on the gram.
Yeah, and just find me by like
By association.
Yeah.
Go to his account and then find my account.
Exactly. I'll probably be in one of the stories at some point.
At some point.
Yeah. Yep. So go ahead.
The worst. The worst. But yeah, let's dive into today's episode. Does Artblock even exist, bruh? I think that's official, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is.
Lasers.
Pew 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 pew. Yeah.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons, even with beards and tattoos. You know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They all seem to have a new life.
What's up? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening now, which is
Feel good? Feel bad?
feel yes and no. One day I feel really good about it. The next day I feel panicked and it's too overwhelming. And then back to a good day and then back to a bad day. And that's how it goes.
but you've been doing a lot of stuff right now. Like, it feels like you have a lot of things up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Like apartments, looking at stuff, babies,
Yeah, all of
works,
that stuff.
conventions.
Like a little too much grown-up stuff, I think.
Yeah, I
Just
get
to
that.
put it in like, yeah, in that.
Mhm.
I've been so used to just being able to be a kid always, like a 14-year-old grown up, and now all of a sudden I have to like take responsibility for everything,
Mhm.
and I don't know, like it's weird. It's gonna be the exact same. It's just not at all the same.
Yes, exactly that. And it'll change. Like, you're going to want to change for some things,
Yeah.
but it's also up to you to keep whatever it is you enjoy the same. And I think that's where, most grown-ups, within quotations, fuck up.
Yeah, and I can see a tendency to that happening, to be
I
honest.
think it's in all of us.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's so I'm probably gonna sort of lose myself Eminem way, and then find myself again at some point.
Is that another Eminem song?
Yeah, yeah.
Lose yourself and then find yourself.
Yeah.
It's the
Is there a sequel to a song?
I
Is that a
don't
thing? No. It's the other song.
it's the other song, the Find Yourself song.
Yeah. But yeah, Artblock, which is kind of where I'm at. So I'm feeling it again, which is kind of like a common thing whenever we do an Artblock.
And we've
episode.
talked about this topic twice.
Yeah, probably
and
more.
probably
yeah.
more in passing, I guess.
But like total episodes dedicated to the topic
Is trois.
two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Toi. Yeah. Two. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah,
Attempt at jokes. Thank you. You're welcome.
yeah, that's how funny we are, and we know it. But yeah, the last one was over 100 episodes ago, which is insane, really.
Mhm.
Just the fact that we have over 100 episodes, something, is insane.
Yep.
No pressure.
Mama.
But yeah, Artblock, and I don't know. I've been wanting to force myself to draw stuff now for the last couple of weeks, and that hasn't worked either. Before it was like, oh, it'll come. But, eventually just like rest a bit, enjoy watching movies and playing games. It'll get back. You always get back into it. There has been no getting back into anything. And then, well, the only time I've actually kind of drawn anything now is because we got a little assignment, I guess, from one of the tattoo conventions. But it's such a simple, stupid thing. It doesn't make me feel the gratification of creating anything new. It's just like this thing that I need to get over with to have it done. But as soon as I sit down with it, it is a lot of fun. But it's just always work, and then after that, there's work and work. So yeah, I just don't see any end to it, and I don't have the energy to start any like, oh, I'll do this every day, or I'll do all of that stuff. Because normally when we talk about artblock, we always do the. We sat down at the coffee place, and we were a bunch of dudes and dudettes doing whatever, fun little exercises and stuff, and that's awesome. That's
Context,
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it works in that context.
But I don't want to do that. I just want to get the flow back. I just want to start drawing again, or actually get the urge to draw again. So that's where I'm at. So that's, I guess, the angle of this specific art block is more that. It's definitely more of the mental, just energy of imagination and all of this stuff it's gone. There's nothing.
Yeah, I feel you. But I think it also comes back to something we've kind of talked about in general, where you want something bad.
Yeah.
And, it just won't come.
No.
And in like past experience when it comes to art block is I've been like within quotation marks been art blocked for years.
Yeah.
And I think the way that you want to feel is the problem. Like you want a specificus.
Yeah.
A specific feeling that you're chasing, basically.
Yeah.
And
it's like the romanticized
exactly
image
that. And you are like
definitely
the romantic. Like,
I definitely
am.
Definitely, but it's also been so long now that it becomes even bigger, or like even more romantic, I guess.
Exactly. And that's like the expectation of it has become like big.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't want to, or you say I'm not gonna expect anything, like you do.
Yeah. Now this I guess like the one thing that I really have to do is go frozen on the bitch. I really need to let it go. I need to not think about it and just when it happens, it happens. But I've also gone through a whole period of just thinking that as well. But then, so is the problem that I am thinking about it, like actually focusing on thinking about it, or what is?
I don't think it is that. I don't think it has anything to do with that.
No.
I think you've, like your problem. You already said it at the beginning of this show now, when you talked about
herpes.
How you're feeling. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. No,
it's
cocaine.
herpes,
Yep.
cocaine, and the fact that you don't have time. Like you have a lot of work. It's apartment looking. It's baby on the way. It's getting hitched. It's, all these things are up in the air somewhat. You have 4 conventions upcoming. We've prepared nothing for the one we're doing together.
Yeah. I prepared nothing for any of them.
It is a war in, Ukraine, Russia.
Yeah.
There's like the rest of COVID, even if it's not talked about as much now, it's still a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's all these things still there. Like nothing has really been taken off your plate. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like not that the war is effectively on your plate, but
but it
there
is. It's still.
We all know
in
people from the
periphery.
Ukraine. Like
Yeah.
Artem, for example, has
Yeah.
and there's a lot of people that are being affected here, like directly or indirectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's that thing. Like it's constant stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has anything to do with your creativity or you're wanting to do or not wanting. Like it is. I think it's just a lot of other shit that's affecting you.
Yeah.
And, when you actually do have some downtime, you just want to watch something.
Yeah. I don't want to have to think about anything.
Yeah, you want to relax. You want
Exactly.
to disconnect from.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's very true. And again, work has become a lot bigger, I guess, in a sense. It's taken more time to do work in general too. So I am a lot more exhausted when I do come home as well, like just to factor that in. But I'm only hearing excuses, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
But I'm also like stuck where I don't feel like. Well, like I said in the beginning, like if I try to push it even more, it's just going to go the total opposite way now. So I don't know. I need to relax. I need to.
I think that's it. It's you're having a hard time letting that go.
Yeah.
Because,
but-
again, social media plays a part. Even if
yeah.
it doesn't, it's all these things. Like you're not relevant. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's the part of Instagram. It doesn't have to be Instagram per se. It's
I
just
guess
like
it's
relevancy.
it's like the fear of being forgotten,
Yeah.
I guess. Like just left behind. Nobody wants that, but it's still. Like, I don't know. This is just something that I'm thinking of now that we are talking about it. So, like, but yeah, that might be it. Like, you're just feeling more and more of that pressure. Like, the longer it goes, the more you're definitely going to be sort of neglected or forgotten about. Which, it comes with not doing anything, of course. But is that a problem or is that maybe a good thing?
Depends on what your, I guess, end game is. Like even if you don't have like a clear, like this is what I want.
Yeah.
If you're used to doing it one way and then you switch, the old way is going to feel like a failure if you're not ready to let it go. You know what I mean? So if you're used to posting to social media, it's hard to stop entirely.
Yeah. Exactly.
If that has been, even
it's
if
just been a normal thing. It's
yeah.
not been something that I've like meticulously done every single day or done any professional setup for. It's just been very random and whenever I've done anything. But it's been a driving force.
Yeah, but you've gotten compliments. You've gotten, like...
the pat on the back.
Yeah, the pat on the back.
Yeah.
And that comes from nowhere else. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the ass patting, as we call it. But you're not getting that from anywhere else. Like it doesn't carry the same weight when my wife tells me
No,
I'm good,
I was
or,
just going to
like,
say, whenever my wife pats my ass, it's always like, it's a different innuendo.
Yeah,
it's not really...
It's not...
Like, go create something, honey. It's more like, just give me it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly what I was getting at. Thank you for clarifying.
Love you, honey. No. But it is, again, like, we've talked about this the last, I guess, 3-4 episodes. But it is so frustrating now. Like, I really want to step out of this stupid nothing's happening bubble that I am in. I need to do more stuff. But
you need
like
to do
you,
less stuff.
Yeah, that too. Like you said, 4 conventions it's a lot of conventions.
Yep.
That's a lot of work to be done. And also fixing with the hotels and everything around these conventions and having material.
I'm stressing over the one.
Yeah.
And it's,
the
November.
last one. It's the last one.
It's the last one.
So I've done 3 before that one.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an easy one, I think. I hope. But that one is also like there's so much more stuff that we kind of need to create for it.
You don't have to. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of that convention. You can
that's
go
true.
in with as much as you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the worst part about that convention is you might need to, like for the way that I approach it and stuff, like you have to put money up front.
Yeah.
And with the guarantee of selling nothing.
Yes.
But you could skip that as a tattoo artist. You know?
But we still
But
need
you still need to get some money in, of course.
There's a lot of stuff that we actually need to bring that we don't have.
Yeah.
Oh
Actually,
like,
the fucking...
Yeah, how to make the stencil machine and all of that stuff.
Power and everything.
Yeah, because that's included in the tattoo conventions, but this is just its own thing, and it's a very expensive convention compared to a tattoo convention. So there's
a lot of
factors that goes into that one.
Thank God you got the 4th guy.
Yeah.
Because that brings down the price.
It does.
Some great amount.
Yeah, and also like he's pretty well-known tattoo artist as well, so that's going to bring in other names, I think. So it's really cool that they want to come and help us out because they are super geeks as well.
But I would definitely tease it before time.
Yeah. I guess I need like a proper confirmation that we are attending, that it's going to happen, that, you
For
know.
Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Oh,
all of that stuff.
That one, I've paid for it. So,
Yeah,
not the whole thing, but part.
Yeah.
So we are booked.
But I mean, there could be another wave coming, or
of
you know,
course,
all of this stuff. It's so early now still that
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't teased anything really for the one that's in a month.
I get it. Yeah. Oh, shit, you have one in a month.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Another reason to not focus on, like, personal art is really important until you feel obligated to do it. You know what I mean? Like, when you want to force it out, or like, and I think it's really good to just try to, the stuff that you love creating, try to make it part of your work. You know what I mean? Because you do have that, like, not option, but you have an opportunity that every now and then you can get those things in, you know?
Yeah.
And I would try to get that creativity out without judging it beforehand, like with the plate, where you're like, oh, I have to do this for the thing, and then you do it, and it's like, oh, shit, this was
It's kind of fun.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
And it's what we've talked about for a couple of years, where we judge things before we do them.
Yeah.
And as morons, we enjoy it more than anyone else doing it.
But we are so quick to judge everything, and a lot of people. And then you talk to them, and you're like, "Oh, but you're fucking awesome." Yeah, of course. This is, I think, the human way of living and thinking. So, but yeah, I need to slow down. I need to not think so much. Just go with it.
Exactly. Flip up, flip close.
Exactly. All that. Yeah. But let's say you're not me and going the art block route.
Art block doesn't exist.
No.
That's what I found out growing up.
Yeah. But we've been really good at talking about art block, and now we've all just realized that there is no such thing.
But that's what I don't think it exists. I think it's just sort of like, usually it's something else in your life happening that's causing you to stop.
Yeah.
You know, like that's interfering.
Yeah.
Like you don't have the time or the energy or the emotional sort of
Drive.
to invest in art. But you I know you want to, but you wanting to and you being able to is not the same thing.
No.
Because what I realized as a professional artist was like, we need this drawn. And like a printer, you know, you just like, here is the art.
Yeah.
It might not be, you know, something that I wanted to do or something that I thought I could, but somehow you're
There it
able
is.
to. Yeah, you're able to draw. So there is no actual block, you know, like you can always draw.
Yeah, the skill is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
at a young age, I think you kind of identify with the problem. And I've seen this, we know, with my parents, identifying with their sort of, you know, their pains and groans and
their
whatever.
issues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, same.
we did have a talk about this. We're not going to dive into that boring subject.
No.
But I think a lot of people kind of find themselves in this like, oh, I'm the victim of art block, you know.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just lean into it more than you have to.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to take the broader perspective, I guess, or like the whatever the fuck you want to call it, and just, you know, realize that maybe I just need some time off from art to figure out life. You know what I mean? Or like just give myself a break from all this.
Yeah.
It might take a month, it might take a year, you know.
Yeah.
But right now my life is chaos, and I'm trying to fit in, like squeeze in this fucking thing that just isn't working for me. And I know, like, being younger, that would have been shit advice, in my opinion, back then. But now that I'm older, you know, a year is nothing.
No.
I don't know why. Like, right now, a year seems like that's a reasonable amount of time.
This is the time when you should be doing crime.
Exactly. The crime of your life. Right. No.
17 years, that's nothing. I need the sleep.
Exactly. No, but I don't know, man. You just like, you put so much on yourself, and like you've said, you said I need to do more. That's like a great way to, like, when I was working too much and doing, you know, a lot of things, I was like, oh, I need to do more. And that's like
it's counterproductive.
it is very counterproductive. And I think I've done that throughout life when it comes to working out.
Yeah.
Like when I was amassing like injuries, and I was like, oh yeah, I probably need to train more so I can sort of like, like not get injured. And you just keep adding instead of just like peeling off. You know what I mean? Like you think you need to add another thing. And that just makes it worse. Like, stop adding shit. You're already, overstimulated or overworked or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So just
Tom Cruise it. Take a step back and literally fuck your own face. Is that it? From Tropic Thunder? Yeah. What does he say?
I don't remember.
I think that's what it says. But yeah, that's what you need to do.
But that is what you need.
You kind of need to, take a step back and...
It feels counterintuitive, but from someone from the outside, they're like, moron, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like you have this overpacked backpack, a mental backpack, and you're just like, I probably need to add more.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Make it a suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the shitty thing about having this podcast is that we talk about this all the time. But how much of this am I actually hearing? Because I know exactly what to say. I know exactly what to make myself do and what I should be thinking and da-da-da. But sitting there in my living room, like...
feeling that frustration.
Yeah. Looking at that piece of paper or that fucking plate, whatever. It's just like, it's a piece of paper. That's just it.
I get it.
And then it's like, Double Dragon. There you go. Yeah. Watch on YouTube. Perfect.
That's where I watched it too.
Yeah. HD. Very good. But yeah, no, it just...
No, I get it.
Don't feel like it. That's the...
I know. And coming to terms with a feeling like that is like becoming a parent, Robert.
Oh,
and you will find out that I knew how to draw more as a parent. I knew that I was going to have less time that I needed to do more stuff in.
So it's less apparent?
Yeah, it's actually more apparent.
Damn it!
No, but seriously, though, it took me a while, and I think we talked about it really early on this show that I bitched so much in the beginning until I found my rhythm as a parent, and like, okay, I only have the half an hour. Then this is going to be the best half an hour that I, have. And then sometimes that half an hour would turn into 2 hours because my kid decided to sleep for once,
Yeah.
So it is just about acceptance, and acceptance comes slow. That's the terrible truth, unfortunately.
And
so
maybe,
you're going to have to stare at that paper for a while.
And I think maybe that is the thing, just thinking about it now. But because I know the baby's coming and you have been brainwashing me with this.
Yeah, with my Greek propaganda, my parental propaganda.
That I was like, you're going to be very productive when you get a kid or whatever. That I'm really just enjoying not doing anything now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing.
I think it's, contradicting feelings. One says relax, one says do it, like the devil on the shoulder
do
thing.
Do it.
Yeah.
But...
two naked Greek devils.
Yeah.
That's what you have.
Yeah.
Fucking both your ears. I don't know why.
I always thought they were Turkish, but apparently they're Greek. Yeah.
They're Greek now.
Oily Greeks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know where this is going.
I don't know.
We're very
never
sorry.
Know. Why? Why are we doing this? Who
know.
knows? But we're doing it.
That's where my brain took it, and I was like, that's not cool.
Not at all. No.
Or funny. But hey.
You said but. So
there's
here
always
we are.
that.
Straight circle.
Here we are. Straight circle. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But it's still... I don't know. The conflict just keeps coming back and taking over my head constantly. So it's really helpful for me. Like, maybe this is the shittiest episode ever, and we're super sorry.
Trust me.
But it's really helpful for me to be able to talk about this stuff. Hopefully for you as well, and for you listening. But yeah, just the fact that I can't seem to get past it. It keeps coming back all the time. It's the only thing that I think about. Like, just how frustrating isn't it to be thinking about wanting to creating but not wanting to create? Like, that's such a mind fuck. It's a paradox.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It just never ends. But yeah, I just don't want to. but I want to.
And I'm sitting here feeling the calmest that I've felt in forever.
When you've said that every episode.
Every
now.
episode.
It's-
And well, no, but I do
What the
feel,
fuck, dude?
But I do
Stress
feel,
out, man. Come on.
I do feel like the guy in Office Space,
Yeah.
after the what do you call it?
The hypnosis.
The hypnosis,
Mhm.
yeah. Like, that's how I feel. I was like, it's a pretty good day, Robert.
Yeah.
Relax, man. It's good. It's cool.
I feel you, though. Kind of. But, yeah.
The world is going to the shitter, and I'm feeling good.
Dum,
Dum-dum.
Dum.
Yeah, dum-dum.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
yeah.
more or less. But yeah. So, what else can we say about
Art block?
art blocks? And, I mean, for people that aren't stuck in the same type of mindfuck that I am, that might actually just need a normal little friendly boost to get past their art block. We do have a lot of tips and tricks.
Yes,
and we do have
and
two
to-
full episodes to
on
actually...
that. But I do have something new that's not mentioned on those episodes.
Good.
And it kind of relates to stuff that we've talked about, but not in this context.
Mm-hmm.
And like you noticed yourself, is that you can't create for you right now.
No.
But you can create when it comes to other shit.
Yes.
So involving yourself, either like collaborating with someone and just taking, something that is already sort of like an existing thing and like building on it. You could also take on like a project that isn't a collaboration, but that is official. Like it has a deadline or has,
Yeah, that helps you get past the
The thing is, you need to do something. Like
twiddling your thumb.
exactly,
Yeah.
because we already know. Hopefully, you can already draw. Like to the extent like at your level, and then you just need something that is official.
Yeah.
Like either you're getting money for it or you're forced to. It's for a good cause. Like
Yeah.
it's something that you need to get out there before a set date.
A laser pointer just to point you in the right direction.
And I think stuff like
just do
that
this.
really helps.
Yeah.
Do something that is official,
Yeah.
that needs that carries weight to you, that is
Mhm.
important to you. That if you don't do it, you failed.
You have repercussions.
yeah, no, but I just mean like it's stuff like I would never not do a freelance gig if I've said I'm going to do it, or
Yeah,
help
exactly.
someone out with graphics if I'm not going to do it. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Like my personal shit, I will fail myself a lot, but I won't do that to someone else, that is dependent on me, and we've come to some sort of agreement.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be anything like crazy, because I don't want you to put a pressure on yourself to, like create something that will make you feel bad. I'm just saying, do something that could get you drawing. Even if I think the act of drawing is the magical part, or something that I've come to terms with as an adult. And whether the piece is kind of like good or bad, like the I still enjoy, the sketch phase of stuff. Like it is my favorite part. Like even the latest gig that I did for Samsung, like my favorite part of that was just the sketch. It took me 10 minutes. And it was like, I was like, this is actually really good. And then, I did the rest and I wasn't as impressed of myself, but I still enjoyed all of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's really like, find that.
Yeah. I guess, and that's also what I'm looking for, just the drive, starting something that I don't want to stop. I think that's what I want. But,
I've drawn one personal piece.
but that's good.
It's the ink stuff, at least that's one. I've done one this year.
Yeah.
And it's been 3 months. So.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. I haven't done like a single personal piece, I guess. I did the Peacemaker one. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm over drawing like posters and stuff. Maybe I need to like come up with something new. Maybe that's what's going on.
Maybe simpler stuff. Maybe
Finding myself.
I think maybe not drawing anything specific. Just,
Yeah.
because I
Just
think
drawing.
just drawing. don't make it into anything. It doesn't have to be an Instagram post. It doesn't have to be a full character. It doesn't have to be a face. It doesn't have to be a thing, just
Something.
Yeah. And enjoy that, because I think once you do that, it kind of goes into like some other gear and it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
But I think the expectation of it being something you can use is the pressure.
Yeah.
In this instance, because
because I mean, it all started with me remembering that I had the bigger canvas to work on and wanted to do something big. So a new movie poster, but just for myself, not for a project. And that started like derailing because I couldn't figure out what to draw and like what movie deserves this type of like immense tribute. Like it's so much time. And then I got caught up in that. And then, that started derailing even more. And then like, okay, I'm just going to draw something simpler. Let's go A4, A3. And then it just got snagged in that. Like it just couldn't get my pen to paper at all. It just stopped. Like as soon as I started, I didn't want to do it. And then trying to make up like, but I love this movie. Yeah, I love this movie. This is a good movie to do it too. And then you start mocking it up and you're like, nope.
Doesn't come together. Yeah.
It's just like, nope, looks stupid, feels bad. No. Wrong reasons all the time.
Yeah. And maybe do the idea that you have in a smaller kind of like, don't do the whole poster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just draw your favorite part from the movie, for you. And if it's if it's good, build on it. And something that I thought of while you talked actually triggered something that I don't think we've talked about in the context of artblock, is to just take a 5 to 6 year old drawing and either just redraw it from scratch or do a paint over on your own work and just get that easy win. You know what I mean? Like just get that old like character that you thought was so good,
Let's see what happens today.
X amount of years ago. Lower down the opacity and then just, use your iPad or whatever the fuck you enjoy using and just draw over it and see what you create today. How would you improve it? How would you improve your own art? Yeah. It's like a little, I think, high five to yourself.
Yeah.
Just like, I couldn't even draw this arm or this perspective or pants, whatever the fuck it is, or the other eye that is like a thing from the early days of this show.
Yeah.
Just see what happens. Don't put the starting line so far, like that it's impossible to get started.
Yeah.
I love repainting old work because it's such a, and I've done it so many of my like old works, but it's such a fun way to kind of just improve shit. Like, and you feel good because you're like, I know exactly how to solve.
This is so much better.
But it's so much easier. Like you could solve all the things that were a problem back then. You just like this, that. So you get this sort of like receipt that you've actually improved.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. Instead of starting from scratch, I think it's nice to have a base to build off of, and then you just improve it,
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should do something like that. Like, but again, like it's
easy to say when you're here. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all portraits more or less. I haven't really done all that much other stuff. So it would. I think at this stage, because I haven't drawn in so long, maybe even the portrait would be worse.
but stormtroopers, like you used to do those like breakdancing stormtroopers that we mentioned a while back as well. Just revisit one of those. Yeah, dude, you could do such a better job. Like, because compared to back then when you were drawing digital, it's dog shit to what you did today. Like, even if you think back to like that Abe Sapien one piece that you did, it's so good. Like. And it was so basic back then. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of potential there. And again, with the new Star Wars thing, the samurai stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a
lot to do there.
There's a lot to, like, you have pieces to work on that are like worth investing in. Even if you don't feel like it, I think just starting, playing around or drawing over stuff, like, and just like trying to recreate something else, or just like the way that you sculpt, I think is like a really good thing that maybe you should be doing as well. Like just, or just do it in a drawing sense where you just draw a stormtrooper and then instead of making it like a solid shape, just start drawing another head inside of that, like a Boba Fett helmet.
Yeah.
Meld it into that one, and then just keep adding shit to it and just have fun with it. Just don't
Doodle away. Yeah.
Doodle away, exactly. Don't like try
Overthink,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, don't overthink it. Smudge it, liquefy it, push it, make it stupid, mix the helmets. I don't know. Fuck. Just do something while you watch, shows.
Yeah, and that's what I want.
Mm.
But also, I do want the sun and all of that energy.
But you don't sleep, so you can just stay up and draw.
Very true.
Sleeping is for losers.
Yes, only losers sleep.
Mm.
But yeah, you're definitely right.
Mm.
I'm gonna try to take this to heart. We'll
Dude,
see where I'm at
whatever
next week.
sticks, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I have one last tip.
go for it.
Take an old character, even if it's not super old, like I'm talking just like the other week or whatever, I made this character. Like something that you haven't worked on for a little while, preferably a few weeks, and then just go over it and just redress them. For example, I did that with this little cute skater girl, and then I just pulled down the opacity and I just started like, okay, I'm gonna make her punk rock now. And then you make the crazy makeup, you add like spikes, like gloves, leather gloves with finger holes. I don't even know. Fingerless gloves, I guess they're called.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You just add boots instead of sneakers. It's basically just sketching over a finished piece.
Yeah,
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Was it anything I could use for anything? Not really. But I had fun. Like, it was just doodle over old shit because I think it helps rather than staring at blank canvases, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's something ready to go.
Actually, tracing.
Yeah,
Just
that's what
trace
it is.
shit. If you can't come up with anything, fucking trace.
Yeah,
And then turn that tracing into something else. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, that's a start. That's the thing. Like, tracing takes 5 minutes, and then you're already up and running.
You've
and
done
just make
something,
that
yeah.
into your
Because I know when I don't have anything, it's hard to make something.
Yeah.
It's especially when you're not feeling it.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
try a couple of things out.
I'm gonna try the stuff that I have the energy to try. Let's put it that way. I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm just gonna let it take its time. Yes,
Just draw skulls. That's your thing.
that is my thing,
Teddy bears and skulls.
and that's the only thing that I have drawn actually.
Oh,
lately.
there you go.
So, speaking of the plate, yeah.
Have you drawn a stormtrooper skull?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen a skull trooper.
It feels like something
Something-
Hydro 74 might have done. Like it feels
like I
very
know
much-
of his work, but
Yeah.
I don't know his work.
No. Yeah, it's been a while since I saw him.
I've seen him actually on Clubhouse
Oh yeah.
being like, people think he's disrespectful.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
It's not that he talks over people.
Or maybe he's a
because
little
he's-
high on himself.
No, he seems grounded in that sense. But he's in the NFT rooms that I've visited, and he's been like in a few occasions. People think he is
An asshole.
an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he is American. No.
No. like the biggest part of our listener base.
Exactly. You're welcome, all of y'all.
Y'all welcome.
Yeah, y'all. But yeah, if you haven't seen Hydro 74's work, check him out.
It is pretty cool.
It's very illustrative and
Graphical.
Graphic. Yeah. Well, not graphic. I guess graphical is right. Yeah. Graphic is like blood splatter and gory, isn't it? No. Okay. Designery.
No,
Yeah.
graphic depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Violence is graphic.
Exactly. But he's been a big influence on me when I sort of started developing my own style with the inking and all of this stuff. So I think as soon as you check out his stuff, you're going to see similarities in a lot of designs and stuff that I've done throughout the years. So it's just very classic or timeless designs. Simple, easy, clean, but very complicated in the same way. Like, just love his stuff. So yeah, even if he's an asshole, still love it.
Nah, the thing is, he hasn't been an asshole to me. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And he still hasn't gotten back to me about the collab. So
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
That's where it is.
it's only been like 8 years.
Yeah. Come on.
Dude.
Any day
I'm still
now.
waiting. So ready to go. Have a lot of time on my hands.
Hey,
No.
man.
Maybe that's what I need. Yeah. Hydro, reach out, bro. No. Hey, no.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else we need to talk
On
about?
this?
Yeah, because we kind of blew past it pretty quickly, but
Yeah, but we've done this twice before.
yeah, we have.
And
This
like
was
I
more of
said, Artblock doesn't exist. I think this was more a therapy session again.
Yeah.
Like we've done a couple of those, and I think that's fine because I think that sometimes when we talk about stuff, we're like, yeah, we have a affinity for this. We're really good at all the things we try, you know, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's relatable, asshole.
exactly.
And I,
Yeah, now we're
Uh,
more down to earth.
yeah, we're old and down to earth, you know, dead.
Yeah,
Uh,
down in earth.
down
Yeah.
in the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there. Getting more and more down to earth.
Well, I am the master at digging my own,
Own grave.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you already offended like 80% of our listeners.
There we go.
So
So tell your grandma.
yeah, this is the hard hat
Yeah.
podcast. Come in prepared to be offended.
Call it hammerhead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then yeah, I got nothing. I need to.
I got nothing.
But a shitty day. Yeah, and it's cold outside, but I got the month of May. Fuck.
I love it. You continue.
I can't stop.
It's a trap.
Yeah. So moving on.
Yes.
Sí,
Yes.
claro. Bueno. And
Muy malo.
muy, muy, muy malo. Mucho malo. And Toolies.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's Toolies this shit up.
All right. So you did something,
I did.
and we talked about what you were going to be doing-ish last time.
I can actually talk
and
about
now you've
yeah.
done said thing.
said thing.
So
But I can actually talk about business, the Ilias Paddler's business, because apparently I've been doing a lot of shit. I might have filled up the year with freelance work.
that's insane.
Yes,
Has
it
that
is.
ever happened?
No, not
No.
this. No. The simple answer is
No.
no. But we'll start with the Samsung thing,
Yeah.
which is awesome. 'cause-
Which was the gig first
yeah, that I was
that you
nervous
did
about
last week.
Yeah. And I did like that gig. For anyone that is new, I prepped for that gig because I was nervous because I haven't drawn live in 2 years.
Plus also getting to know the hardware and
Yes.
and
Also,
software and-
I didn't draw on an iPad. I got a new device from Samsung that I was supposed to draw on. Surprisingly, it was really good. But I did have problems with the software. Clip Studio is not something you just jump into. So that kind of made me a bit nervous, but worked through it and got to the gig. And you know, we talked about managing expectations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I drew alone basically throughout the event. And I got like 2 minutes or like less of stage time.
So,
So-
what was the whole setup? Like, what was the thing now that you've done it? What was the fucking thing? Because I still didn't understand.
It
what
was
you
an
were doing.
NFT, you know, art festival.
Okay.
I found this out at the place. Like
Yeah.
I knew it was something NFTs. They were going to sort of like inform people about NFTs.
Yeah.
And I was just supposed to be like entertainment and drawing. And then my piece was going to be used in this, like the first building block of like they're
A
going to
lecture or
No. They're going to collect the piece that I made and put it into an NFT collection. Yes.
okay.
And it's going to be the first piece out of how many they get in. And then they're going to take all those and, you know, mint them or whatever the fuck NFTs are. And then they're going to use that money for charity.
Oh, okay. Oh, but that's nice.
Yeah. And so that's the only reason I let them keep the artwork.
Yeah.
So I was just supposed to draw on location to just show off the device, and stuff. And I thought I was going to be on the big screen like throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. No.
I was not.
Okay.
First, I was in the press room where I was drawing, Like, for me, it doesn't matter. I just thought that it was a missed opportunity for Samsung in general.
Yeah.
But I was drawing on the... Like, they made me... I had this, like, futuristic little metal chair with a little school desk in front.
Awesome.
It was like a plastic school desk thing. And I was drawing, and... The problem was that people really had to come up to me and behind me to see what I was doing.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of a loss because it was like a slanted table, that was facing me and not like flat on, so they could like, oh, what's he doing?
Yeah.
So they really needed to come up close and personal. So that was a bit of a missed opportunity. But I thought like, okay, I'll be drawing here in this like closed press area. And then we'll go outside and they'll connect me to the screen and then I'll be drawing for everyone.
Yeah.
No, because everyone had a semi-presentation, not a presentation like look at these slides, but they had something playing in the background,
Okay.
showing off whatever NFTs they were creating and stuff.
All right.
So I was still drawing by myself, but on another like fancier chair and more comfortable on a flat table this time.
Ooh.
But again, I had this thing around me where people had to like what do you call them? Those like so people can't pass.
Barrier?
Barriers, like small little things. But still, people couldn't really see what I was doing unless they really leaned in.
Mm-hmm.
And I drew like that for the rest of the evening. So some people did come by. I put my business cards, and stuff like that. But then, they were going to interview me last, and it just became super short.
Of course.
And I just, because I couldn't sit there and draw because no one would see me basically. So I just exported the time lapse, and I was like, we can just play that. It'll like loop every minute, and I can come up on stage. But it was just, it was so quick, and it was so. I guess we all learned something there. But next time, I think I'm gonna kind of go in with that in mind and like, no, you should hook me up immediately because there was time for me to just draw, for the public. Because there was like almost a full hour where people were just chatting and doing nothing and no one was on stage.
The fuck?
Yeah, so I could have been connected. But that was like both on me and on the, the organizers.
Yeah.
But I think we just all learned something, and it was a good time. They were super satisfied with the end result. And, that landed me another gig. But it was like in the heart of Söder.
Yeah.
And just like, it seemed like people that cared about art, like, and like nice people as well. It felt like a good time, So it was just nice to be out and about and doing stuff, official stuff, again. Also, I love collecting. Like the working with brands is like collecting trophies. They're my those are the skulls or the like whatever the Predator collects. That's my thing.
You like Samsung?
Yeah,
Ding.
Samsung ding.
Nice.
It's nice. I like it.
Yeah. That way it's a merit badge for sure.
It does help for other people to
of
notice
course.
as well
Yeah.
that you have high profile customers.
Yeah.
And then that gig led to another one that I'm prepping for now, which is I'm doing another gig for Samsung. This one is so weird because it has nothing to do with what I normally draw. They wanted me to draw dags.
You like that?
Yeah. And I remember that, they called me up the day after, I think. And they were like, "Oh, I saw you at the gig, blah, blah, blah. Really loved it. Didn't want to bother you at the time, but would you be able to draw for us again?" And I was like, "Oh, cool. What is it?" They were like, "A dog show." I was like, "What?"
A what show?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, "Okay, what's the thing?" And she was like, "Oh, yeah, I want you to draw, like dogs." And I was like, "Uh-huh."
I only do gun shows.
Yeah,
Pow,
exactly.
pow.
Pow. No, but yeah, I haven't drawn dogs ever.
There we go.
Yeah. But I was like, give me the info. Okay, I need to draw this amount of dogs in this amount of time. Like, I'm doing this in my head. I'm not telling them anything. I'm just like, I'm just giving her as much as I need to kind of just, you know, like, okay, it's gonna, like, I just need to know stuff so that I can plan. So since that call, I've been drawing dogs. I've been drawing a lot of dogs. I've gotten it down to like half an hour dogs now.
Nice.
Sometimes I fail and they're terrible, but most of them have been okay. Like,
Yeah, the ones
Like-
that you sent over were
Yeah,
really
the-
nice.
I was surprised at how well those, like, I think fluffy dogs are way better.
And it works so well with your digital style too. Like it just occurred to me now when I thought back to the pieces.
Mm.
but Your colorful way of painting digital
Mm.
is perfect for doing these types of.
But I
sort
chose
of-
black and white.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it kind of still works.
It is
you know,
the same. Yeah.
with. Well, like you were talking about, maybe adding a little color detail or doing something to connect all
yeah,
the
I was
pieces.
gonna add like some graphical element
Yeah.
of like decapitation, you know, or something.
Of
yeah.
course, yeah. Just
Straight circle.
straight circle.
No, but I was gonna add something, you know, fun to them. Like, I'm thinking, like, they didn't require it, so I don't really have to care about it. But
No,
you know,
it's
just
just-
deliver that extra thing.
Exactly. It shows that
Mm.
you are willing to go a little bit extra and you put a little bit more energy into
Dude,
stuff.
but I was nervous because as soon as I hung up, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna check if, you know, they agreed to the price that you've set and all that," and I was like, I have no idea. Like, I really need to whip out some dogs now and see. And I think I drew like 5 dogs that evening. And they were dog shit. Like,
Hey.
yeah, they were not great. I managed to do one just before bed that looked okay. And then, you know, the next day I added a little more to that dog. It took me 1.5 hours for the dog to look okay.
Yeah.
But then after that, though, I think I found a rhythm or something.
You cracked the code, maybe?
Yeah, like that works for me. I created a brush for fur
Of course.
in Clip Studio.
Mhm.
I know nothing about Clip Studio. I just pressed a couple of settings. I managed to, you know, just get a brush that wasn't even at the ends. It's not a great dog brush, but it kind of
Now it is.
Now it is. Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah.
So I've been spewing out dogs, and now I posted on Twitter, and that post your dogs because I was drawing, you know, like Pinterest portrait dogs. You know, they're so good.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not going to be the ideal images that I'm getting.
No.
So I was like, people on the Twitter, send me your dogs, and I will draw some.
Nice.
So I haven't checked back since. So I need to go in on Twitter and start drawing dogs.
I'll send you a picture of Enya.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
Because she's got attitude.
Yeah, because I've already drawn one dog from a friend. So
Ah, nice.
let's keep drawing. And I worked on the second one on the way to here. So I just keep adding dogs.
And that's cool. And because I've done a version of her as well. So
I don't know if I posted the one that I did on Prakes dog, Leia, because his dogs are named Leia and Chewie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I
I
didn't know
drew-
he had a second dog.
Yeah, he got Leia after, because he got Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was way
terrible
too far.
joke.
Yeah.
But she was on one of our events. Chewie was.
Yeah,
the
Chewie.
black
I've
little
met
dog,
Chewie a bunch of
Yeah.
times.
yeah.
But Leia. So when
She's basically the same dog,
Oh,
but
okay.
brown.
aha,
Yeah, so Chewie's black and she's
So
like a light
another
brown.
little curly.
Yeah. Oh, so cute, dude. It was. I think that's the best one. But it was a lot of fun,
Mhm.
and I've been just spewing them out. So it's a lot of fun. I just need to, you know, like once everyone's gone to bed, I just draw dogs.
But this is cool. So what I meant when we were talking earlier, this sort of ties in with your studies
Yes.
thing, where you just want to study a lot of different things,
Mm-hmm.
and this just works perfectly in that scheme of the
That
whole
was
thing.
exactly what I felt as well.
Yeah.
It's like someone's paying me to do studies.
Yeah, and you're just having to do this now.
Yeah, I'm
and-
getting like an industry salary to practice.
Yeah. So now, like, once this project is finished, you'll be really good at drawing at least dog portraits. And
Yeah,
you're going to
no,
be able to
anything
implement that
else,
into.
I would suck with. Like, adding legs and stuff, a bit more complicated.
But I mean, it's still a start.
No. I'm super grateful for this. Like, it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, like, the way that I'm drawing dogs right now, it feels like I've already spent the salary or the payment that I'm getting.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm having so much fun with it that I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it is. And that's what I was trying to tell you as well. Try to, whatever it is you're doing that is work, sort of incorporate it with whatever it is you want to do privately and find the fun in it,
Yeah, and that's what I want to do as well. I need to really do a lot more Flash stuff, especially for the conventions, but also just in general.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I tried to do that last night, just, did this Japanese mask thingy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, I need to. There's so much I need to do.
Can I ask you something about those Flash things?
Yeah.
Like, what do people, like, when you do, like, really epic ones and when you do small ones, which one do people mostly resonate with? Like, are you able to, which ones do you book more of?
I think maybe the in-between, maybe not the really big ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I seldom do really big ones. So I guess, like, what you mean, the bigger ones, the more epic ones, are the ones that go faster.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's more clear where, like, it's made for your lower arm or forearm. Like, there's no question there, and it just hits the target, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
It's like you come to me and you check through my wanna do, like, story folder, and then all of a sudden there is that bird on a branch that you've always wanted to have, but now you see it, and it's something that I've just created for the fun of it, and it just works perfectly with your idea. That's normally how it goes, and that's how it is at a convention. I bring my folder and I have some sketches and printouts of the stuff that I want to do. Some of those I can do at the convention, but there's also a lot of stuff that I would only book in the studio environment because I need probably multiple days to finish it or whatever.
Yeah.
But whenever I do create something like this, it's always just on the fly. I never think, I need to do a bigger piece because that's the selling one. It's more like I just fuck around and then like, that was really cool. Like with the masks, it was actually something that I started thinking about for a job today, and he had to cancel. So all of a sudden, like, I had this cool idea of something that I wanted to do, and then he couldn't afford to get the tattoo anymore, I think, speculating. But the idea was still there, so he wanted my version of the drama masks, the happy and sad masks.
Happy, sad.
And I was like, well, I've been really into the whole Japanese aesthetic,
like the Oni masks.
Yes,
yeah.
So I thought of those immediately, and I'm like, what if you do one of those, but more in line with the drama masks? So yeah, that was just the idea, and then I photo bashed them together and did a little bit of my own cleanup, and it's like, that's actually a pretty badass tattoo. Like, that would be cool. And that's how it works. And then I post that. Nobody's like probably even seen it, but every once in a while there's somebody that's just like, media. Is this booked yet? Actually, the last time I did that, I posted just a drawn image of a skull with like tentacles coming out of the skull wrapping around the ship with some waves and stuff. I also have it as a t-shirt design, but I really want to tattoo it. So I just posted it. It's an old sketch. I drew it years ago, and it just got picked up straight away. Like,
very cool.
And that's how it goes. So I can never predict anything.
Of course. I was just thinking, like, if you make simple stuff, like, remember Prakke's like small tattoos, like he just did like a match with some like
that stuff is genius, and that's the type of stuff you really want to do for conventions, because they're like quick. You bang them out, and you make a quick buck, and it's a cool design, so it's a win-win. And that's also something that it doesn't take all day.
That's what I mean. That's why, like, if those were popular, you could do, a couple of those and bang them out.
And that's what I want to do for, like, Comic-Con, for example. Just do simple kind of
game-related stuff, like the little hearts, the Zelda hearts, or
exactly.
With the, Triforce, blah, blah, blah.
All that stuff. Like, that's perfect. But I really wish I had the formula to like really know like
Mhm.
this is how like this is gonna sell the most at this convention.
Could
It's
do like a
always-
cut mask of a stormtrooper, a Darth Vader, and then just draw something on the inside. What's on the other side? Yeah,
yeah,
it would be nice. Like I love those like Legos that are cut up, and then
Mhm.
you can see the brain and everything, and the
Yeah.
skull.
yeah, the anatomy
yeah,
type.
it's so good. But it doesn't have to be anatomies per se. It could be other Star Wars stuff in it,
Yeah.
or like some other connection, flowers. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. And I also have just I don't know if you remember the like from Empire. He has this dream or whatever it is when he fights Vader in like the tree or whatever it is,
Shit, yeah.
When
I
he's
don't
in the
remember
swamp.
this.
and he cuts Vader's head off, and the
Fuck, I
mask
don't remember
explodes,
this.
and it's Luke's face inside
Oh,
Darth
yeah,
Vader.
yeah, yeah. Okay, now I remember. Yes,
I've always had a vision of doing just that, like
that is pretty.
Luke's face in
Mhm.
Vader's mask as a cool tattoo, but I just haven't gotten around to
No,
doing
you draw
it.
Jar Jar in the mask.
Or that. Well, I think that would probably sell better.
So better.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think all the 10-year-olds would come and get tattooed.
Yeah, but I think now is actually a really good time to do that flash for the Kenobi show coming out
That is very true.
to connect in with Darth
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Luke and
When the nerds crawl out of their
the huts.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, man, it's all of that is still on my head as well.
Mhm.
So whenever I do something else, I'm thinking
Yeah.
maybe I should focus on that,
Hmm.
and it takes away a lot of energy and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
But yeah, more work,
more work. Yeah.
and yeah, the thing that I'm doing now is it's for a convention. You automatically get entered into like a raffle, so you have a chance to win prizes if you book the early bird tickets. And one of those prizes will be this plate that me and my boss Malin is going to paint together. So I've started drawing.
Plated black.
Yep.
No.
No. Just stick to your jokes, and I'll
Okay.
take those bad ones.
No, as soon as you said raffle, I was like, Raphael.
Raffle.
Raphael.
Yeah.
Raffle.
Raffle me this. Yeah. Oh.
It's usually you.
Yeah, I know.
derailing the stupid.
I'm so tired today. But yeah, so of course there's a skull. There's a skull there now, and I'm just using Posca markers on this weird IKEA plate.
Serving it on a platter.
Yeah, I got it
Yeah.
served on.
A platter.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Attempt at jokes.
So much fun.
I enjoy jokes.
I laugh inside.
all the time.
All the time.
inside.
Inside, yes. 60% of the time. But yeah. So I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's also like, yeah, today, for example, I had a couple of hours before the podcast, and I'm like, good, I'll paint the plate. Did I paint the plate?
No.
There was no painting plates. No.
Plain.
So apparently I can only do the stuff that I really want to do whenever I want to do it, not when I'm forced to do it. So this has been the worst episode ever. I want to fucking... Yeah, it's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
So-
And that was I'm Gonna Be Better in Ewok.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of tools. Me being the biggest one, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like every episode is a tools episode. With the tools.
Yeah, it is. Sketchbook, Toolies.
Funny stuff.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. And yeah.
And yeah, anything else to add to the Samsung or
no,
freelance
I
giggies?
do. Yeah, like I said, I have.
Shut up.
That's what you thought, you son of a bitch.
Always interrupting.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme, you shut your mouth.
Yeah. You
no-
put the testicle out of that ego.
Mm-hmm. Testicle? Testicle.
Ego testicle.
Ah.
Yeah, it made sense in my head, all right? That's all you need.
Dude, that's usually how it goes. Like, in my head,
Yeah.
it sounded great until it kind of, like, left my mouth. And then, like, whoa.
But I have this thing. Like, I have to do a sort of quotable T-shirt type quote every episode. and that was, I guess,
Should
today's.
start our own website, Quotable.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
No.
No.
But like I said, I do have a lot of freelance stuff. One that I'm working with Max here at Untitled that I can't really mention on the show what we're doing, but that is, I think we have work until like August with that project, and then Max and I are going to work on another project as well if everything goes as planned, and I'm guessing that's like at least the rest of the year.
Nice. Is it with the same people?
No, that's another client of his.
Oh, cool.
That is looking for an artist, and Max said he wanted to work with me.
Fantastic.
Because...
Well, I mean, you've proven yourself already, so...
Yeah, so...
Awesome. Interesting.
Yes, so I have stuff, and I have 2 more gigs. One that I've said no to that we talked about earlier, and one that I haven't heard back from yet. Someone's starting a new company and they want a logo that I usually say no to, but this seemed pretty easy. But I will say no to this.
Yeah.
But there's work, and I think I've never had this much work, and not work that kind of comes back and kind of continues. Usually I have one-offs.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I usually have time for as well. But now I have found like gigs that are manageable. Like I can create the artwork fairly fast. I've chosen like a style or presented a style that I can actually maintain. That isn't really what I usually draw, but it is like easy for me to create it on the off hours of the day without dying.
I mean, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, I'm in a really good spot, both stress level wise and mentally, I guess. I was going to say like mental wise, but you can't say that. Yeah, mentally.
Yeah.
So
you're like Gandalf. You're
yes,
mental
exactly.
wise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with that stupid thing, moving on. And Dum Dums are back.
Yeah, we never
Retro time. Cool moves and sounds in your mind. So yeah,
I'm gonna start off with the big thing, I guess. So back in some time ago, I backed
remember that
something, and this is from. I think I found out about it through the channel Good Bad Flicks on YouTube. And so they announced that they were working on this really, really big documentary project about sci-fi movies in general. And I do like my little sci-fi stuff. So this was right up my alley. And of course, I want to back some brilliant people. And then fast forward, like, I think 1.5 years or something. Like, I can't remember when I backed this.
No, that's how Kickstarter works.
And all of a sudden, I just got sent a movie. Like, thanks for backing the project. Here's the link to the preview. We will be sending out the DVDs shortly, kind of. So what the project is, because obviously I don't read about a lot of stuff. I just give money away. But they cover the whole of the 80s in sci-fi, where like it's not just a specific thing. It's everything from like the very, very worst of it all to like the very happiest family type sci-fi movie of them all. So and
they
everything
don't discriminate.
No, not at all. And it was amazing. Like, I had a blast with this. The only thing is that it's 5 hours.
Of fun.
Of fun, yes. But I sort of, like, I started watching it at, like, 1 o'clock at night, thinking it was, like, a 1.5 hour documentary.
Oh, shit, you didn't know. You didn't even... Okay.
No. So, like, I just pushed it through the phone, Chromecasted it, and then I saw...
Look at this guy.
Yeah. And then I saw at in the edge of the thing, and I'm like, 5... Is it only 5 minutes? Like, that's...
You sons of bitches!
Is it just a preview? And I went in to double check, and I'm like, holy shit, it's 5 hours. But what it's called, like, I can't give out any real details right now. I think they're going to send out like all the promotional stuff for it. So hopefully next week I can tell you where to get it. But it is called In Search of Tomorrow. And I think if you just Google that, maybe you'll already be able to sort of back it or buy it or anything. But if you are, I think any type of sci-fi geek that are interested in movies in general and like 80s movies, this is for you. 100%. This is probably one of the most fun documentaries that I've ever watched. It's very in line with the movies that made us on Netflix.
But sci-fi.
But sci-fi and better, because this really covers every single aspect of the movies.
Doesn't have like a fun voiceover?
Well, it's just famous people doing the voiceovers, and it just cuts really well in between different things.
Very cool.
It's really well made. That's a double well, just so you know. But yeah, it covers everything from the actual movies and how they were made to they even talk about Drew Struzan and his importance in making posters and promotional material, marketing.
That's the only reason I watched a lot of movies.
Also the music and talking about and you have really famous filmmakers not only talking about their movies, but the movies that they loved. So you have John Carpenter sitting there talking about how much he loves this and that movie, and James Cameron, and then, like it's so well made. Like that's all I can say. And the cool thing about it is, and that's why it is 5 hours. It's that they go year by year, the whole of the decade of the 80s. So they start with 80, and then 81, and then 82. So like
very cool.
For us, we're born 84. You just go to the chapter 84, and you can see all of the movies that came out, and like how that changed everything. And
yeah, our birth changed the sci-fi genre forever.
Indeed, it did. But like, yeah, just really cool in general. Like. Really, really fun documentary. In Search of Tomorrow. Check it out wherever you can find it, and I will try to give you links and descriptions in next week's episode if you are interested.
Or you send them to me, and I will link them in the episode.
And that is also very good. Yes. But I'm looking forward to getting the DVD to see what else is in there, because there's been artwork and everything made for this. So it's
cool.
Yeah, having a lot of fun. That is, I think, the biggest thing that I've watched this week. Apart from that, I saw the Epic movie, and not all of you guessed right, but I would say a solid 50% of people that guessed when I asked what movie I was watching guessed right. So, Crying Freeman with Mark Dacascos. Fucking love that movie, man. It's so bad, it's amazing. It's just like... we don't have a story, but just do like
stuff from the anime,
extra
somewhat.
Action stuff, you know, just have him be invincible and kill everything and have everybody scream while they're shooting and doing stuff. It'll be great. And
It'll
also
all
do
work
that
itself out.
You know, those multiple cuts, kind of like the Van Damme thing, even when they hug and stuff. So like you get they just embrace, it's like embrace, and then you cut to a different angle, embrace.
Yeah, embrace.
And one with slow-mo. You know, yeah.
Feel the impact. The double impact.
And what I had most fun with was actually Sana, because she was passed out, of course, sleeping all the time, but she only woke up in the really hardcore action scenes when there was a lot of noise. So she only saw the screaming and the exploding parts. And she was like, what the fuck are you watching? This is the worst shit I've ever seen. I'm like, you're missing all the good parts. There are no good parts.
Of course there are.
Yeah.
Triple hugs.
Triple hug. Pow, pow, pow.
That's for the women.
Yeah.
You like hugs? Pow, 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 pow.
And then shoot somebody and then stab somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then Mark Dacascos. But damn, he's ripped in this movie, man. Shit. This was his prime. But I do enjoy it, and this is like...
But I think we have a connection to it. It's like...
And it is the first...
tough sell for anyone.
Crying Freeman was the first anime that I ever got my hands on.
Dude, we watched it... Yeah, I
way
remember.
Too many times.
Yeah. And it was also very inappropriate for kids at that age.
How old were we? Like 7, 8,
Not
9?
old enough. like a blowjob scene.
Yep.
In this anime, and of course it was, you know, like Japanese things are, it was blurred out.
Yeah.
But you get the gist of it.
But it's done kind of well in that one. It's more like a soft porn. You don't get to see a lot of stuff.
But it's just like it was wrong.
Yeah, and then very gory. I do remember like the knife at the head, and then he falls onto
and then falls
the head,
on the
and it just goes deeper in.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet that.
And we turned out fine.
Yeah, we're all good. We're not dead inside at all. Quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a blast rewatching it. Then I wanted to go on a Mark Dacascos sort of trip, like I did with Sylvester Stallone. So I watched John Wick Chapter 3, which is with him. And, I really do like the John Wick movies, so for me it was a good time. And then I started watching Double Dragon with the other guy.
Oh, yeah, the guy from...
Home and Away, or no?
No, but he was in one of those like early 90s shows, whatever the fuck that was. Yeah.
We're all a family.
Something family.
Yeah. Yeah. Not Felicity, but...
Ish.
Yeah.
No, Felicity came later. This is like the Bob Saget type of sitcom.
Yeah,
things.
when they were still kind of happy.
Like, I don't know, Melrose Place, I was going to say Hawaii.
Like Family Familian.
But
yeah.
But
Family
I think
Five or Family...
No, that's not what they're called. It's called something else.
You all know
I
which one.
can't think of it, yeah.
Yeah, but that guy. It's... I was kind of tired when I started watching it, so I didn't have the energy to go through with all the really bad parts about it, but it's
about the brothers ugly.
Yeah. Homely and
homely, homely and
ugly. Yeah.
Jokes, 90s, whoa.
Very good. And mohawks.
Yeah. And that CGI.
Yeah. Very good. That's been pretty much my whole week, and also the Formula One.
I must say that I did enjoy Double Dragons. It sucks, but it's
in a
nostalgia.
Good way.
Yeah.
Again,
it's like Surf Ninjas. It's not a great movie, but it has its parts.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it really is the bad part about it that makes it good.
Yeah.
Because you just laugh at it for what it is.
If it didn't have that, it would just be torture to watch.
Yeah. And it's so funny seeing, because obviously Mark Dacascos is pretty good at the martial arts thing.
Very much.
He's got good form. He knows how to kick, and he's trained his whole life. And then you have the Family Five dude.
Family Five.
Let's just call him that. Yeah. And he doesn't know shit.
But he's a pretty boy.
Yeah.
And that's why.
And he only punches. He doesn't kick at all.
Never?
He does like one jumping kick, but I think it's a stuntman.
Of course.
Whenever it's him, he's only throwing punches and doing boxing stuff and saying things. Mark Dacascos says more or less nothing, but does a lot of cool
kicks. Yeah. Just like the other guy's just hitting with like sharp words.
Yeah, and then he's like jumping on and doing like giving noogies or stuff, and being like this total idiot.
Jerk. Yeah, a jerk.
I wanted to punch him so bad, but you can clearly tell like, oh, we're gonna hire this guy for the cool stuff and this guy for recognizability and.
On that subject, actually. Me and my son was asking the other day. He was like, "Oh, what was that movie that we used to watch with like these kids that were like trained to be ninjas?"
3 Ninjas.
I was like, 3 Ninjas. He was like, "Yeah, that movie." I'm like, "You're better than those kids at martial arts." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You watch that again. They suck compared to you. Like the amount of kicks you can throw. They weren't even as old as you are."
Yeah, they really should remake that into like
that is a great movie to remake.
But make it like more grown-uppy and not Disney, because...
No, I don't think Disney should make it because reasons. But I just like that idea of,
Go
like
John Wick, but 3 ninjas.
But it's basically, but what that movie is...
this granddad.
Dude... What that movie is, it's Home Alone with ninja kids.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Home Alone
basically.
with throwing stars.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But I don't think we live in that age anymore. Like where you make fight movies for kids in that sense. But I think like
history repeats itself.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But for example, like I didn't hate the Karate Kid movie. Like the new one. Like
the Smith.
Yeah, with
kid.
Jackie Chan and Kung Fu.
Yeah.
But martial arts, potato.
Yeah.
for some people.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like, I think it's okay, you know. As a
course.
kid, I would have loved that movie.
I mean, Cobra Kai is like, it's super duper popular.
Dude, my daughter has seen Cobra Kai like 4 or 5 times.
For a reason.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I love it. So I think there is still a market for it, for sure. And probably even more now, because everybody is so like, oh, you can't do this. Like, oh, everybody's going to start kicking. Yeah, no. Like, everybody's shooting themselves now. So, like, kicking somebody is probably nicer, you know?
No, but I think nobody kind of just, like, it got so brutal so fast.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, but that's not for kids.
But yeah, but no. But I just mean, like, I was not expecting it to go that route, you know, like in the way that it did.
It was
like,
the same screenwriter as John Wick. I didn't know that.
oh shit, yeah, I didn't know that.
But it all makes sense because it is more or less the same type movie.
Yeah, it is.
But
That's
a
what I
little
said,
bit better.
basically. Yeah.
But yeah, actually, yeah, I really want to see it again now.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had so much fun with Nobody. That was sounds wrong, but I did. Yeah, all by myself. But yeah, Three Ninjas. I actually started watching that,
It's a hard watch,
Yeah.
like if you watch it without kids.
but it's just the nostalgia.
Yeah,
because
nostalgia.
we did
works.
really watch it kind of like every
all
day.
the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like Six
And
Sense
so did my. But that's the beauty of that movie. It is a solid movie. You know,
Yeah.
it's like acting. There's none, but it's such a great kids movie. Like my son did the exact same thing. He
Yeah.
just watched it every day, like over and over, and it just goes to show. Like he watched Snake and Eagle Shadow repeatedly. I watched it repeatedly. He did too. Like Ninja Kids or Three Ninjas, watched it repeatedly like I did. Like there are just
It
like
works.
It works.
Yeah,
Yeah. It hits home
So
in
we
a
weren't
way
wrong.
where, like these new movies that we watch, they watch them once.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Yeah, dude. When I watched Aladdin as a kid, I watched it a million times.
Yeah. You became like a slave to
Yeah,
the movie.
to the movie. You're like, I want to see
I
that
need
again.
to see it again.
Yeah.
Like, how many times can I see it today?
Dude, same thing.
Yeah.
Like when Aladdin jumps with the carpet, like in the beginning, you know, with
Yeah.
a normal carpet.
Yeah.
Like I watched that scene. I was like, rewind, and then just watch that little like.
Because it's awesome.
Yeah. So there is I think there's something to the old movies.
Are we done with awesome? Like, have we done everything awesome that we can do? Like, why is everything...
I think.
Now it's just superhero stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Or extremely violent.
Yeah. I'm a bit ashamed that I only watched for like a bunch of years. I only watched Marvel stuff. You know, like
Yeah.
that's all. Like,
Yeah, I
you just
do
wake
feel
up
that
one day.
shame as well.
Yeah,
But I mean...
like I will not. Like I will still watch it because I enjoy it.
Of course.
But it's like I'm not hungry for it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll watch it because I want to know the story and where they're taking it. But
Yeah.
I am more interested in other stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm really
It's,
sort of
the market is
yeah.
way too saturated with all of this stuff now.
Yeah, so hoping to like I'll watch The Boys and then I'll
Yeah.
take a break.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think The Boys season 3 will be probably the best thing to come out this year.
Maybe.
If maybe it tops or maybe it doesn't top Peacemaker for me. We'll see. But yeah, I don't really have anything that I'm looking forward to.
Nah,
The
same.
Kenobi show, like I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it because
I
they
don't
might do
care.
another Boba Fett. And seeing the trend of how things go now, that is probably where we're going to be.
Maybe.
I have a small feeling that Kenobi is going to need help and he's going to maybe go and look up
Can
Princess
nobody
Leia.
help him? No?
Yeah, no.
Kenobi? Kenobi?
No, nobody
No?
can Kenobi.
Can nobody?
No.
Kenobi.
Yeah, I got it. It was good
Yes.
actually. It was pretty good. But yeah, he's gonna go and
Yeah.
have to get help from somebody. Then he's gonna meet Princess Leia
CGI,
somewhere.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be like a little girl. But he's gonna have to meet her at some point, and then you know some wise woman is gonna help him and restore him and make him better.
Mhm.
Like, because that's the trend now. Like always. Nothing against it, but it's just like
Formulaic,
it's the
yeah.
exact same formula with
Yeah.
everything now. So like
They're not even trying to hide it.
no, I'm really hoping I'm wrong and that we're gonna get something really dark and well, because we were all hoping for the darkest show ever, and now they've already gone out and say it's going to be very hopeful and positive, and probably
I haven't followed anything.
I guess diverse is the word nowadays as well. Everything has to be diverse, otherwise you can't show it.
No, but
It's
like I'm not against it being diverse.
It sounds so
but
wrong when you say it, but
I do get what you
get
mean.
me right.
Yeah,
That
I see what you mean. Though.
It's just
You're trying to crowd please everyone, and it becomes this like.
It takes away the whole story, the charm of the
Yeah,
movie.
the focus lands on somewhere else, and the story gets sort of, I don't know, left behind somehow. Yeah.
They don't care about the story anymore.
Yeah.
They just want to show a diverse crowd with really strong female characters because that's what every movie and show and everything has to be now. So we'll see what happens with, well, for one, let's see what happens with the Star Wars shows. But just the future of movies and shows in general, like it's.
Oh, but I think there's still like
there needs to be a tipping point at some point where we just stop focusing on it and make good stuff again. That's all I want. I'm all for really strong female characters, but just do it well and good. Like I don't care if it's female, if it's gay, if it's straight, if it's black or white or whatever it is. I just want to see something good.
Yeah.
I want something that
the focus on good here.
A Three Ninjas for now. For me, something that I can really just like get nuts about and jump around in my couch because I'm so excited about watching this thing. Like that's what I want. And you can't create that every year. I understand that, but it's just been a long running of mundane same.
But I'm hoping to see something else that isn't Disney or DC or like the really big houses now. I would like to see something else. Like an indie movie or something that kind of like what the fuck happened here? Like
what was this?
Yeah,
where did this come
it would
from?
be really cool. And I know there's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's not where I consume media because I don't consume media in that sense. But it would be nice. So if anyone listening to this show has some fun sort of lesser known movies, that would be pretty cool.
We did get a few tips on Discord.
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember. There was one
somewhere.
Was it a French movie? No, something.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me some tip about something.
Yeah, I remember something Discord.
But it was, I think, supposed to be very, very strange.
Oh yeah.
So
now I remember.
Kind of discourages you from watching it, but I'm sure I'll love it. But yeah, I'm always open for more tips on weird or fun movies that we might have or might not have seen. So like don't be afraid to just write down your favorite movies on Discord or stuff that you want us to talk about for that, because like when we did the Blade sort of thing, that was really fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was garbage, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Or one of them was garbage.
So like maybe have us watch something like that and roast the fuck out of it again, because I need to let go of some.
Yeah, that was what we got tips for, like weird shit.
But I can imagine.
I actually did enjoy that movie that we watched that you had, the sci-fi one, the really weird one. I don't remember at all what it was called. Logan's Run.
Oh yeah.
That movie was fucked up.
Yeah, and that is one of those classics.
Yeah,
like timeless. I'm sure it was like so extremely innovative and new
at the time. Yeah, but
and you watch it now and you're like, what the fuck?
The fuck are we watching? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
Was it Logan's Run though?
Yeah.
Was
it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But have you seen anything else apart from the boys thing?
No. Yes, I have. I saw Our Flag Means Death.
Oh.
The new Taika Waititi show with Norm from Yes Man. Don't know what that actor is called. But it seems promising. It seems like one of those like awkward sort of like What We Do in the Shadows type show again, like
the same
Taika Waititi kind of way of doing things. So I don't know, like I was super tired when I watched the first episode. Felt a bit dragging, like not dragging, but a bit slow though. Like it felt a little slow, but I kind of love that awkward thing that he builds up, and I'm hoping that it'll like pick up on the next episodes, because they do introduce it well, at least what has sort of happened, and I'm just looking forward to seeing more. So I think there are like 5 episodes total
Okay.
on HBO Max.
Do we have any other famous people in there, like that we can recommend?
Well, Taika Waititi is in it.
Oh, okay.
Himself, and then the Norm guy that I have no idea what he's called.
But it is New Zealand.
Yeah, and then there's there's the guy from Sherlock. What's his name? Yeah, there's actually a couple of familiar faces. You'll recognize them.
Nice.
I think it's Watson from the Cumberbatch Holmes one.
Yep.
I don't remember if he was in the first episode. I think he comes in later, but there are some famous faces that you'll recognize. And I was enticed. Like, I want to see more.
Yeah. Very cool.
So it is, and I love what we do in the shadows, and I just I hope that this is like in the same vein but a different setting, new characters,
Oh, nice.
But
still early.
Yeah,
too early
exactly.
to tell, maybe. But
yeah.
And I totally forgot, but I saw the new Reynolds movie as well.
Oh shit! Yeah, you did.
The Adam Project.
Yeah, I want to see it. I haven't gotten that.
Like it's good.
It was the Yes Man. Oh, not Yes Man. Fuck now.
The free guy.
Free guy. Yeah.
Free guy director, and he is doing Deadpool 3. Also.
Also, I heard rumors about they're trying to get Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
To play Wolverine.
Yeah.
In this one, even if it's a cameo. I don't know how they're.
Yeah, he wasn't able to make it the last time around.
But they did put him on serial, so it's fine.
But he's still kind of in there also.
Yeah.
He gets shot a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Sean Levy or something like that.
I don't
know. Project Adam or Adam Project on Netflix. It was really enjoyable. And I even shed a tear or two. Towards the end, I did get some feels. It's not like the best movie ever, but it's good. It's like maybe a little bit better than you think it is, but it's not the best movie. Yeah. I do like the premise of it, where it is like without spoiling.
But it's a sci-fi movie, right?
It's definitely a sci-fi. Yeah. It's Ryan Reynolds from the year 2050, goes back to 2022. And needs help from, I guess, himself.
Young Reynolds,
to sort of save the world, more or less.
And if you haven't seen the promotional stuff for this movie, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, it's, again, Ryan Reynolds doing his thing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this is. I think one of the best things about it is the casting of younger Reynolds. It's kind of, well, I don't want to say spot on, but it is very close. Mm-hmm. It really feels like a young Ryan Reynolds with the quippy stuff. Yeah. Like, it just works.
And that's basically the promotional stuff as well. Like, they're talking about cereal. It's so good. You're going to want to murder your parents or something like that. And then it's like, beep, what the hell? And then they're trying to direct him. And then Reynolds goes up like, I did a movie with this kid. Let me talk to him. And he's like, you son of beep, 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 beep. You just hear him just like cursing.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yeah. But if you don't have anything else to watch, pop it on. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Netflix, Adam Project Adam, something, Reynolds, whatever. Time travel, and also Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, yeah, Mark Ruffalo is in one of the promotional things as well. Funny.
Yeah.
But I did watch Diabolical that you watched last time.
Yes.
And it is well animated. It's a bunch of different styles for every episode.
You got a Rick and Morty one. You got kind of a Disney one. You got kind of a other one.
The only problem I have with the show is that I didn't connect with it. Like, there's like some interesting ideas being played.
But it's easily forgettable too.
So forgettable because I don't remember any of it. Yeah, I only remember the last one because it ties in with the show in a way that the other episodes didn't.
Yeah, and I don't really remember that.
The Homelander one.
Oh,
just, like sort of like early days. Yeah, the start of Homelander. And I think that's like...
That was a good one, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I liked all of them. There was
they weren't
that's the
bad,
thing.
but they didn't don't care.
No, and that was
And
like
that's
because
my
I wanted to
problem.
rewatch it again, but
Yeah.
a little bit more focused. But I just didn't feel like it.
It's
You
not
started watching it
rewatchable.
again, and
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, but
It's like the one with the serum where they turn into something else.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was the Looney Tunes one, the first one. You
Mm.
know, like it's like a recognizable styles of animations, and it's well done. But it doesn't like. I feel like again, like you focus on the gore and not on the storytelling. You
Yeah.
know, and you
it's like,
like
oh,
you-
but we can do this now.
and I feel that you need the story to connect with people.
Yeah,
And I think maybe a younger audience,
yeah,
like
they
you
might,
know,
might enjoy it a
care
little bit more.
about the gore stuff. Yeah, but I like my gore to come, you know, with a good story.
Yeah,
Like that because that's why I like the last one.
Yeah.
Where you get like to see a bit more of Homelander and sort of like how they fucked him up. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. Because you know the character,
Yeah,
and
you
now
know the
you
character.
get more. Like it deepens your knowledge in this character.
Exactly, and that's why I
Yeah.
think that one was the strongest one for me because
Yeah.
I already had an investment. Homelander is fucked up. We all know that have seen the show,
Yeah,
and any sort of like backstory to how you can fuck a person up is like they give you some of that here again.
yeah, and it's so perfect Homelander style, like the whole episode. It just it's coming back to
Yeah.
me with the whole like he just fucks up this mission and just
Yeah.
goes like it just goes
Spoilers
from
if-
really
yeah.
bad to really really bad
Yeah.
to extremely bad and horrible.
Mhm.
But it just works. And yeah, it's actually, I guess the purpose of the show is probably to just hype up season 3 a little bit more.
that's what I didn't feel. You know, if it tied into the show more.
But
not-
thinking about it and talking about it now has me more pumped for season 3.
Oh, dude, I'm
because
pumped for
of
season 3.
The trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, same.
I was like, I'll watch it. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It already
yeah.
spoils quite a bit, I
Yeah.
think. But yeah, I mean the animated show Diabolical is still
I like the anthology approach,
Yeah.
but I would have liked to see stuff that happened that kind of connects around the things we've seen
Yeah.
rather than just some random.
But
people
maybe it's
dating.
not. Maybe it actually is setting up stuff for season 3 and it might tie in well there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. So season 3 is coming out in June, I think. Or
I
maybe
don't
that's Stranger
know.
Things.
No, I think it comes out later. Like no.
June or July, I think.
I thought no that late,
Yeah.
or maybe they moved it.
It's Moon Knight is now in the 30th of March. And then Kenobi in May. And then
Stranger Things
in
and
June.
No, they moved. Didn't they move it again?
They've split it in 2, so it's part 1 and part 2.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's in June or July, and then The Boys is June or July,
Okay.
and that's more or less everything that I know. Oh, and not House of M. What's it called? Madness.
Madness. Yeah.
Doctor Strange. Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, it's in May as well.
Oh,
so
really?
It's really close.
Very nice.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of all that I'm.
I know what I'm getting you for your birthday. Perfect.
Yes, awesome. But I think that's the only stuff that I'm kind of excited for, and not super duper excited for any of it, to be honest.
You're the same.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just like right now. I haven't even played video games. Like my time is spoken for.
Really?
Dude, I haven't played
So-
since the week before the gig.
Dude, that's not okay.
No, but I've played since fucking Christmas. Like
Yeah, well,
a lot.
but it's a new
So,
game.
yeah,
You
I know,
need to,
I know. I will get back to it once I've done my gigs. Like work first, then play.
Yeah, yeah. No dessert before dinner. Very good. Mm-hmm.
Grown up points. Pew, pew, pew. But I have not seen anything else.
No?
No.
No. No. I saw Castaway.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yes, you did.
That was nice. Yeah. No, it's still like you forget how good Tom Hanks is. Like, especially, he's all alone in that movie, more or less. And it's so entertaining to watch, and he's all in misery. I
I'm
guess
still
that's the
remembering that like Simpsons episode when they're playing that game where you're supposed to guess the word.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, Tom Hanks, and it's Autumn Shanks, like the Indian actor or something like that. Like, it's so good. So good.
No.
Autumn Shanks. Or like something like that. It's
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But he is really good.
Yeah, he is really good. I feel we need to watch one of those over-the-top Bollywood superhero movies at some point. Like, whatever they're called.
Yes,
that
we do.
Sort of Terminator ripoff.
Yeah,
type.
Terminator Cop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks crazy. He can turn into a tank and shit.
Have you seen the Corridor Crew when they do the Bollywood stuff?
Like, just assume I haven't.
No, yeah.
It's
a lot of fun. Like
YouTube and me.
Yeah, the cuts they do in these movies too. It's just like,
dude, I'm surprised how, like the way that that Kung Fury is so cohesive in its style from start to finish.
Yeah.
These Indian movies, they stick to that quality as well. You know, like
they though?
Like no, I think like it's bad all throughout.
Yeah.
But it's consistently bad all the time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's what I enjoy. I hate it when it looks really good and then the effects come in and it looks like something like garbage, like something you just like. So I can appreciate things that look bad throughout.
But yeah, so maybe we should do a future episode with us.
Where the fuck do you find that movie though?
Prime, I think.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it on Prime.
Really?
Yeah. And a whole bunch of others.
Great movies.
Very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, we'll watch. We're not gonna watch the good stuff from. We're gonna.
Why would we watch good stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't seen anything else. It's been just trying to watch things with Santa, to be honest. But
why do you keep doing that to yourself?
I don't know. Yeah. Why does she keep doing it to me is the question. Like, I should just be able to put on whatever I want to see because she's going to fall asleep anyways.
That's how you should approach it.
Yeah. I try, but I'm also a giver. So, of course,
Stop giving a shit.
Like, what do you want to watch, honey? She's like,
there you go.
Yeah.
She wants to watch sheep jump over a fence.
Yeah. It takes 3 days to watch one movie. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. So yeah, watch Crying Freeman with Mark Dacascos because
you have to.
yeah, you do. 95 top action super movie.
No, was it 95?
I think so.
Cool. So the same year as The Lion King came out, you can now enjoy a ripped Mark Dacascos fighting Yakuza.
That's how you know it's good.
And also some serum that they do stuff with to something. Wasn't there like something that those evil people used to, like, didn't they do something smoky? Like they, in that...
No, they don't use
Wasn't there like an evil lady?
Yeah, but yeah, there is some supernatural type of element to it. Like she's super duper old and she's like, I don't know, something with the dragons. They call it the dragons. But yeah, she tattoos him and puts needles in him and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's from 95. Yes.
Cool. Watch these movies way too young.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Like most things.
Of course.
So watch it with your whatever olds.
But it does have a 6.4 on IMDb.
God damn.
So yeah,
that's a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think any Mark Dacascos movie has that high rating.
I really don't think so too. I really want to watch Only the Strong.
Yeah, that was actually our first Dacascos movie.
Oh yeah,
the movie that put him on the map.
And the putty of the movie that
slooty booty booty and
words and words. Yeah, exactly that. We
have reached the end of the show.
It's a short one, but a good one. So yeah, enjoy it, people.
Is it short?
Yeah, it's kind of short. 2 hours.
That's like
That's like 10 minutes for us. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah,
guys.
and don't forget to rate the podcast if you're still listening.
Spread the good word.
Good the word.
Yeah.
Words.
Yeah.
I
Don't come
lost it.
easy to
me.
Don't
Yeah, I turn this off before we say something inappropriate. Beep, 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 beep. Hello!